Hey guys, what's up? It's Chris here again with another episode at Houseplant Therapy. So in today's video, we're going to talk about that white mold on your houseplant soil. Chances are you came up to your houseplant, you took a look at it, and there's like a white fungusy mold on top of the soil. And you're kind of freaking out. You're like, what the heck is going on? I feel like I Googled this, and Google tells me that my houseplant is going to die. I need to buy a fungicide. Oh, Chris, what should I do? So as you can see, we have a bunch of houseplants and fish aquariums. If this interests you, please consider subscribing because I absolutely love this stuff and I YouTube all the time. I also have a channel on fish tanks. It's called Palmer Aquatics, and we just hit 60,000 subscribers, so it's pretty cool. So let's talk about this white mold. I'm trying to find a houseplant that has some of this white mold. Let's check in the porch. So what's going on here is if you keep a couple of houseplants, chances are you came up to your houseplant and there's white mold on them. I'm trying to see here. Let's zoom in there. That's perlite. So hopefully you're not mixing up the white mold with perlite, but I don't think that's the case. Let's check up here on top of the plant shelf here. By the way, this is a plant shelf that auto drains itself. These shelves are at a tilt and it all drains down that bucket when you water. It's pretty sick. Let's check up top here because I feel like these, I found one. This one's pretty moldy. Let's take this guy down. Beautiful, beautiful plant. So this white mold on your soil is pretty common. We see this all the time in houseplants, and what's happening here is there just turns out to be like a white, it's kind of like a white chalky mold in here. And if you Google it, Google's gonna scare you. It's kind of like Googling health issues. By the end of the day, you think you have cancer of some sort. So what's happening here is soil is decaying matter. Isn't that weird? So the mold slash fungus is just feeding on the decaying matter. A lot of times, you're gonna get pretty used to this if you're keeping more and more houseplants. You'll probably see little mushrooms in the soil at some point, and it really kind of depends the type of plant, because some plants, usually the more watering of the houseplant, the more weird things you're gonna see in the soil. The question is, should you do anything about this white mold in your soil? My opinion, probably not. You're gonna be completely fine. Like I said, the mold is kind of feeding on decaying matter, and this is really normal. Does my hair look all right? I think it does. So, this isn't a big deal, guys, if I'm being completely honest, and there's a lot of videos on like, oh, this is super technical, and this and this and this and that. Here's 15 ways to get rid of the mold. And if I'm being honest, it's literally super simple. A lot of keeping houseplants, people overcomplicate so much of this stuff. Same with fish tanks. I've done hundreds of educational videos on fish tanks, and everybody overcomplicates it with chemicals. Usually with nature, you don't have to go out and buy all these stupid chemicals. I always tell people this. So to fix this issue, literally all I would do is to just start moving the soil around. What I would do is kind of mulch the mold into the soil, because the mold is gonna become like decaying matter, just like the soil. Crazy, huh? Because that's like completely what dirt is. So all I would do is mash it up. I know that like a wise tale in the hobby is to use cinnamon. You can sprinkle like a recipe of cinnamon, but I don't like getting cinnamon involved with my houseplants. It's just like, I want to mix. Does nature have cinnamon out in real nature? I don't think so. So it's just like, in my honest opinion, I would do nothing. The last question is, why is my houseplant getting this white mold on the soil? The answer is probably a couple of variables. Number one, like I was telling you at the beginning of the video here, the more moist the soil is for the houseplant, the more weird stuff you're gonna deal with, because you have moisture and that kind of amplifies decaying matter. You might get mushrooms, mold, etc. You gotta just keep an eye on it. What really helps with houseplant soil is to get some airflow. We always run this ceiling fan. We're trying to run fans at 24/7 to kind of just get some airflow, because stagnant air and moisture creates bad things. So And we usually have a fan going out here as well in the porch. Doesn't this just look amazing? This is like my baby out here, this Zen. So I'll keep this short and simple. I don't want to get super scientific with it because that's not how it has to be. Everything is simpler than what it looks. The white mold is just caused by humidity, moisture, decaying matter. To get rid of it, just kind of move it and mulch it around. You could add cinnamon, look up the recipe for that, but I kind of just feel like you don't even need it. So add a fan to the room. You know, I would tell you to get a dehumidifier, but it's just like all these house plants love humidity. All the fish tanks make it humid in here, and that's why our plants do so well. These are tropical plants. Isn't that weird? It makes no complete sense. I don't know. Well, guys, hopefully this video helped you answer why is there white mold on my houseplant soil, or how do I get rid of it? I think I answered both of those. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. We love houseplants. And if you love houseplants, you're our people. So without further ado,